I know exactly what I'm going to title this video, and I already know it's going to get so much hate. Misunderstood, man. Don't misunderstand me. What's going on, everybody? Michael here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me for this adventure we're about to go on. We're going to dive into this new Lana Del Rey project. My goodness, does Lana Del Rey not stop working? How many albums is that in the last 2-ish years? Like 3, 4, and they're all quite long. No stop, no chill, no breaks. I actually really respect it. I have had my issues with Lana, and they've been documented, noted in past videos. That being said, I've also had some pretty serious praise for Lana and Lana's pen. Need that. I'm not going to even get into any of that. You can go watch older videos. I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm going to focus on the right here, right now, because I'm going into this completely open-minded, completely positive, completely excited, because I know this is one of the best songwriters of our generation. Yeah, all that being said, I just want to dive into the music now. The album is called Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? I'm not even going to add on to, I'm sure, the many jokes about how long that title is. I'm actually into that quirkiness of Lana. I think it's like an intellectual thing, and I really enjoy that about her, how she would title an album like that. I'm into that kind of stuff. So no, I didn't know there was a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. I assume that's like a California place. It's a pretty long album, so I say we just cut my chitty chat short and jump right into it. A big, massive thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. About a little over a year ago, I was really spiraling. My anxiety and my depression was really getting the best of me, and it got to the point where it got so bad I didn't know what to do. So I ended up signing up for BetterHelp. That was, like I said, a little over a year ago. I've been going to therapy ever since, and it's been absolutely life-changing for me. I've learned lots of different grounding techniques that we actively practice on a weekly basis. I am constantly learning about myself. I'm constantly making sense of why I respond to things in certain ways and how I can be better just as a person, and how I can really alleviate my anxiety and depression. It's really just been the best thing for my mental health, and I just couldn't imagine where I'd be right now without it. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service. It's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs, your preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you to the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's text, chat, phone, video call. You can message your therapist anytime. You schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. And if your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. When I started my journey, I definitely switched therapists a few times. The ones I was getting at first just weren't the right fit for me, but eventually I found the perfect fit for me, and again, I just wouldn't know where I'd be without them. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality that you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who's custom picked for you. More scheduling flexibility and a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/Beveraggi. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Beveraggi. You guys know my name, BEVERAGGI. Go get that 10% off. I've also linked those down in the description for you guys. Again, I could not be more excited to be partnering with BetterHelp. This is something I'm so passionate about because it works, guys. It really does work. I speak from firsthand experience. Give it a shot. The first track is The Grants.
I'm gonna take mine with you, with me.
Mine. Say it again. Mine of you with me. Thank you. One more time.
So you say there's a chance for us.
Interesting. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to take from that. I'm gonna take mine of you with me.
Do you think about heaven? Do you think about me? My pastor told me when you leave all you take, heaven is your memory. Do you think about heaven?
Okay, I like that.
Do you think about me?
Like adding more to that, going up a little bit.
Take mine of you with me.
So it's the memories. I'm gonna take mine of you with me. That line on its own can be so confusing without context, but then when you get all the context, it's all about the memories. My pastor told me, when you leave, all you take is your memories, and Lana's emphasizing that when she leaves, she's gonna take mine of you with me, the memories that I have with you. It's just such an interesting way to write the line without context, then give us the context later on. But then you're almost stuck on the line without the context, so it's still confusion, but it's not confusion because you understand now. It sounds so lovely though. Like, it's such a gorgeous sounding sound, especially when she fills it up in the back end.
His sister's firstborn child, my grandmother's last smile. I wanna take that with me.
Starts adding a lot more personal things that she's gonna take with her, such as her sister's firstborn child, my grandmother's last smile. It's a beautiful life. You know, she's at a point in her life, it seems like, where she's moving on from some place or something, and she's just so emphasizing all these memories she's gonna take with her. The Grants, is that her family name? Because this song feels so fixated on family in every way, and the memories that she'll take from that. It is beautiful, man. The way it just fills up with the Oz and that choir back there, mostly just her vocals back there giving that choir effect, really. And yeah, it just gets prettier and prettier as it goes, and it fills up so nicely by the time the song ends. I really like that track a lot. Hopefully there's more like that, because that's such a vinyl track to me, especially with a lot of these songs are longer, which are some of my favorite songs to spin on a vinyl, is longer songs. And I know Lana's really great with those longer songs and those outros. We'll see if we get some of that on this album, but that's a great start. The next track is the title track. Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? It's really hard not to think about that Yellow Card song, Ocean Avenue, when I see this title. All right. I just picture it playing right away. Very delicate, intentional breaths. A little therapeutic so far.
Mosaic ceilings, painted tiles on the wall.
It's like a nice tunnel.
I can't help but feel somewhat like my body, mind, my soul. Tell me you like it, fuck me to death, love me until I love myself. There's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard.
These lyrics. She wants to be a tunnel. She wants to be a tunnel. She wants to be, you know, and the way a tunnel is meant to be inserted into. I don't need to talk around it. She said it herself. She said, fuck me to death. Love me until I love myself. Open me up. Tell me you like it. And she also said, like, mosaic ceilings, painted tiles on the wall. I can't help but feel somewhat like my body marred my soul. What a line, by the way. Like, my body marred my soul. Man-made beauty sealed up by two man-made walls. She wants to be a tunnel. She compares herself to Ocean Boulevard, and she wants a tunnel opened up inside of her. And she sees this tunnel and it's all its glory and beauty, and she's like, hey, make a tunnel under me, and let's make this thing happen, because I also exude all this beauty that I speak of here. And then there's like also the Ocean Boulevard, like ocean, if you want to really, you know, ocean, and ocean's wet. And man, what lyrics so far.
It's like in Maria, only silver mirrors running down the corridor.
Corridor tunnel. She wants to find that world. Lana wants to find that world.
It's gonna be my turn.
Yep. When's it my turn to find that world if you have found? These lyrics. Here we go.
Open me up. Tell me you like me. Fuck me to death. Love me until I love myself.
Damn,
There's
man.
a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. Barry Nelson has a song. His voice breaks at 2:05.
That's so specific.
Something about the way he says don't forget me makes me feel alive.
That's so interesting. She mentions this person that has a song where his voice breaks at 2:05. In the song, at 2:05, his voice is breaking. He says, "Don't forget me." And it makes me feel like I wish I had a friend like him, someone to give me five, leaning in my back, whispering in my ear, "Come on, baby, you can thrive." And she's just like looking for she's looking for this support. She's looking for this love, this fulfillment that she hasn't found yet, that apparently this Harry Nilsson has found. And I love specifically referencing the point in the song that his voice cracks, because that just speaks to the fact that Lana's a songwriter, and of course she's specified the specific point in the song that the voice crack happened and how she interpreted the lyric in which it cracked at specifically, and how she could relate that to herself too. Is the most songwriter thing ever. Okay. So it's interesting because I feel like this is the difference for me. Like these two tracks so far, what I've pointed out in the past, where with Lana, and this is not the overarching, my overarching feeling overall. It's just what I've pointed out previously, where maybe there have been a couple tracks where I said, God forbid I say this, but I felt a little bored. And it was because there were slower songs, but it didn't feel like there was intention or cohesion. That is the least of what I feel with these two tracks, which are much slower, but they feel so intentional. They're so cohesive, the both of them. I wouldn't change a damn thing about either of those tracks, and I wouldn't speed them up a second. They're honestly pretty as perfect as like a slower track can be. Those first two tracks, they're thought-provoking, and I want to spin them both on a vinyl player. So yeah, we're firing away, 2 tracks in, strong 2 for 2, especially in the Lana sound category. I'm really happy that this has started out so strongly, and hopefully we keep that going. I've heard some piano already on the next track here, so let's play it. Track 3, Sweet.
Stars in my eyes.
Ooh, sounds like a Disney princess.
Lighting up Griffith, thinking about who said and what didn't get said in the Midwest. Wish I could tell you now. I wrote you a note, but I didn't send it.
Regret.
'Cause that's the best method the women here taught me about.
Wow, yeah. The writing it out and not sending it is a method to get things out of yourself.
I've got magic in my hand, stars in my eyes.
Fuck yeah, she does. She does have magic in her hand, right?
I'm a different kind of woman. If you want some basic, bitch, go to the Beverly Center and find.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sweet.
Oh, this is big, like Disney princess vibes, man. So I've learned my lesson in the past with Lana albums. I have the lyrics right in front of me, and they are not going anywhere else. This lyrically so far is my favorite immediately out of the first 3 tracks, and that's after really loving the first 2. I find them thought-provoking and loving their sound overall. But this got everything. This has the sound, the lyrics. I'm thinking so much about what happened in the Midwest and her sitting at the top of the Griffith Observatory, thinking deeply about, you know, some regret, but also knowing exactly who she is and how she won't settle for anything less than what she wants. She's like, you don't understand, like, I've got magic. This pen of mine is elite. It's magic. If you want some basic bitch, go to the Beverly Center and find her. I'm sweet, bare feet. You know, I could charge for these feet pics, but I'm not. I won't charge you if you act right. I'm one of one. Just know that.
If you wanna go, if I'm not there, come to my house on Genesee. Very heart of things. Do you want children? Do you want to marry me? Do you want to run marathons in Long Beach by the sea? I've got things to do like nothing at all. I want to do them with you.
I got things to do like nothing at all. I want to do them with you. Do you want children? Do you want to marry me? Do you want to run marathons in Long Beach by the sea? Come out where you'll find me when you can't find anybody. Let's just live this quiet suburban life. This is very Lana feel. I love the sound of this. I love this grand piano orchestral, like Disney film type sound. This is very Disney to me in a really good way, like in the more elite, like, you know, Snow White type feel to it.
Do them with me.
Important conversation here too. Important questions being asked.
Someone, then just call me up and remember where I'll be. Sweet in bare feet.
I'll be sweet and bare feet. She knows what she's doing with that.
Somewhere in the north, in the heart of a valley.
See, this is. She sounds gorgeous.
In the sweet North Country.
This is not Lana Del Rey singing this song. This is Snow White. I mean, even what she's talking about. If you want to come find me, just come to the woods. Just come in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night, and I'll be singing these gorgeous sounding songs. And it's super Snow White, and then the sound of it too, with like the Disney reference that I made. And in the sweet North Country is where you'll find me, in the middle of the woods. But if I'm not there, you'll find me in my house on Genesee. And you know exactly what I want in life, and I made that very clear to you. And you know what you have in me, and if you don't, I've made that very clear as well. So make that choice or go find one of the basic bitches at the Beverly Center. I'm not sure what that is, but Lana made it very clear. I love this one lyrically. It's so poignant and fun, but also it matches the feel of the instrumental as well. And I love the piano on this track. It's just stunning. This is I'm gonna keep saying this, 3 tracks, vinyl, that slow spin, man, give me that nice ethereal sound. Let's move on to track 4, and that is gonna be A&W. Oh, I like. There's already a sense of chaos being thrown into the beginning of the song. I feel a rush, sense of urgency.
I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9. I haven't seen my mother in a long, long time.
2 childhood things right there.
Look at me, look at the length of my hair, my face, the shape of my body. Do you really think I give a damn what I do after years of just hearing them talking? Call him up, come into my bedroom, ended up with fuck on the hotel floor.
That works.
It's not about having someone to love me anymore. This is the experience of being an American whore.
A&W, American Whore. It doesn't really
matter. Doesn't really matter. Call him up, he comes
It's interesting how the lyrics start out so childlike, talking about, you know, I'm not a kid anymore. I don't do cartwheels anymore. To haven't seen my mom in a while, which is normal as an adult when you're living your, you know, just your busy life. We're emphasizing that I am an adult now, and that, you know, this was, whether it's ongoing or not, this is a stage of my life that existed or exists now. But because it feels like a different tone from Sweet, and that makes me feel like we're in a different place in life specifically.
My hair, look at the length of it and the shape of my body. If I told you that I was lame, do you really think that anybody would think I didn't ask for it?
Oh.
Didn't ask for it.
Oh.
Won't testify I already fucked in my style.
Oh.
On top of this, so many other things you can't believe.
Oh.
No, saying I can still be looking like a side piece at 33.
What?
I turned on the backbeat, puts the shower on while he calls me. Sleeps out the back door to talk to me. I'm invisible, look how you hold me.
This line is in my hair. Look at the length and the shape of my body. It's all about the visuals, right? Like look at my hair. Look at the length of it. Look at the shape of my body. It's all about me externally. It's not about what's on the inside of me. It's the perception. What really matters in society nowadays. Just like, look at the outside of me. Oh, she's a whore. If I told you I was raped, do you really think anybody would think I didn't ask for it? You know, a girl that does have that perception, that is the really fucked up way that society sort of like the judgment that they will rush to. And she calls it out like that. Did you know a singer can still be looking like a side piece at 33? And I feel like she, again, is just putting light on perception and like why she would even be called, you know, someone that looks like a side. What does that mean, looking like a side piece? You know, like visually, just looking at someone and calling them like, oh, that's got to be a side piece. Like, what does that even mean? I'm invisible, look how you hold me. Yeah, because again, it's not about what's inside of me. This is really dark, uncomfortable.
It's not about having someone to love me anymore.
This makes me very uncomfortable, but it's an important type of discomfort.
An American whore.
I feel like that line too, like it's not about having someone to love me anymore, because it definitely was at some point about having somebody to love me. But because of, you know, it's all about what I look like. It's all about the shape of my body, my hair. It's I'm me looking like a side piece. It's all about these things that like are not validating things that I've sort of just like stepped into it. Like, it's not about having someone to love me, because I can't get anybody to love me, because, you know, all the options out there are just looking at me like I'm some whore because of this, that, and that. And I don't even have control over it anymore. And it's just it's such bullshit. But it's such hard hitting, like deep cutting lyrics, man. And it makes me really uncomfortable. But I think that's important. I think it's important as a listener to be uncomfortable and kind of embrace that as you listen to this song. Oh, you can't do something like this in a song like this. You can't make me really like enjoy this. I don't want to enjoy this. I only want to live in the discomfort. For your mind to even come up with a song like this, the things that have to go through your head are some really dark shit. I'm thinking back to like getting fucked on a hotel floor. Like, you think she chose that?
Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoba, Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoba, Jimmy,
She's
give
doing
me
this.
high. Love me if you live enough, you can be my life. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high.
This is fucking pretty nasty, like in a really good way. She's playing off of the Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puff, like that classic song, and she's turning it into Jimmy, a guy that represents like a lot of what this song is directed at. This person only loves her when he wants to get high, when he wants to like feel that get off, like get his rocks off. It's all about him.
Yeah,
she got into the studio and really did that thing, man. This shouldn't be that fun, but this is like a really fun ending.
Your mom called and told her you're fucking up big time, but I don't care, baby, I already lost my mind.
No, actually, I really appreciate that outro, that last 3 minutes that she switched into, because it takes this song that's like, really discomforting again and turns it into this bop at the end part anyway. And even musically, there's so much to appreciate prior to that when we were in the real lyrical weight of the song. And that's just kind of like that song from start to finish. What she's able to do lyrically, the story she's able to tell, the strangulation she kind of puts on you, your conscious, your thoughts, the way that you like are externally thinking about all these situations that women can get put into and the way they can get viewed, is really masterful stuff. Because my mind is in so many places right now, and it's a result of Lana writing this song and making it a song that I'm also just like, the song's really great too. That's really good stuff. Let's move on somehow, some way. This is Judah Smith interlude, but it's also like almost 5 minutes. So interlude is we'll see what we got here. Judah Smith, is that like a biblical thing? I don't know. Maybe. She does reference God here and there.
It means quit lusting after your neighbor. That's a heck of a life. You get to love your children.
Sounds like Ashton Kutcher.
You get to love. Does that sound like love? It's a life dominated with lust. Help me want what I got.
Oh.
Help me love what's in front of me.
Help me want what I got, not
Help
lust.
me want more of my wife and more of my friends.
I feel like Lana's really shedding a light on what she views as issues with the world. And I feel like this interlude is as much of a... It's interesting, someone like me, this is clearly someone who's, preaching to an audience, right? So I am not of any religion. And being in a situation where I'm listening to this, even though I'm not of a situation, right, of a religious situation, I'm not a religious belief, personally. I would say agnostic if somebody asked me. Because I'm completely open to whatever you might believe in. And I respect that. I listen to this, and I still understand it, and I still can find a way to relate to it, like that idea of people that spend too much time lusting on what's outside of their current situation, particularly when they have a family. I see that, and I understand it, and it's real, and I understand that that's real, and I appreciate that she put this in here, and I'm assuming it's going to be this the whole time, and that it still is like a logical placement in the album. Like it shouldn't deter somebody that's not of any sort of religious belief. I don't think so anyway. I think you should just be able to listen to it and take it at the face value that it's at. So I just wanted to point that out because I think this is real stuff here, and I find it really interesting.
This is going to sound crazy to you.
Yeah, Pastor.
It's going to make me sound so spiritual, so I'm looking forward to it. I woke up this morning.
Is that Lana with the close laugh?
Compared to all this cosmic glory, why would you ever bother with puny, mortal man or being? Ooh, don't get me started. I can reach another hour on infatuated.
I wonder if that's like woman is God, and why are women even bothered with puny mortal men when women have all this cosmic glory to them? Like they are absolutely superior. To me, that's not even a conversation. The women as they exist are just so superior. Why would they bother? Like I feel like that works so well as that double if Lana's intending that to mean it that way. And now I just appreciate this that much more.
Why are you so infatuated with me? You're the star reader, you're the ocean.
Yeah.
Now he's just talking to Lana, the woman.
You're the rhino designer. Who are you?
Lana's the artist, right? The song designer.
I've discovered my preaching is mostly about me.
That's really fascinating. You know, I think that this is supposed to be. I think that this is also supposed to be a Lana direct perspective, because I hear like very close, like the audio of Judah speaking feels further than the little laughs I was hearing. Lana directly in the audience recording this audio, you know, to put on this album. And like I feel like that ending, right, preaching towards me, they said, I believe. I just think that it's Lana's perspective. I feel like everything being said is supposed to be POV of Lana. And you know, pretty much what I was saying during the song, I find that really fascinating. Like really fascinating, man. Like it's an interlude placed in there that it's not her speaking at all, but it's still her. Like all of it, I'm just taking it as it's her, and that is really fucking interesting to me. All right, Candy Necklace featuring Jon Batiste, who was the album of the year winner at the Grammys a couple years ago. So it's a fun collab here. Let's jump into it. Remember those candy necklaces throughout the day? Just you know. I don't gotta do what I just did. You got it.
White noise coming out of my brain turns off for nothing. Rockefeller, my umbrella, God, I love you, baby. Storyteller, us forever is my favorite song. You've been acting pretty restless, dancing like the young and restless, and I'm obsessed with it. Candy necklaces. You've been acting pretty reckless, dancing like the young and restless, and I'm obsessed with this. All his candy necklaces.
Interesting.
Sitting on the sofa feeling super suicidal. I hate to say the word, but baby, ain't on the Bible. I do feel like it's you, the one who's bringing me down. Thought that we were cool and we were kicking it like Tribe Called Quest. You're the best, but baby, you've been bringing me down.
Those candy necklaces weren't working out, huh?
Been acting pretty restless.
I love her lining her vocals up with the piano right here.
Better dress this, acting like the young and restless.
Oh, it's off-putting.
I'm obsessed with this.
This is another kind of off-putting song. And she's been able to do that in several places on this album, kind of make me uncomfortable as a listener. But not in a bad way, not uncomfortable where it's like, this music sucks. It's like uncomfortable and like music is great and it's effective and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and I'm feeling all of that. It's really discomforting, man, all over the place. From the lyrics to the sound of it. This one, I'm almost like being put into like a bit of a horror film in a way, and it sounds like she fell for something that she realized later on she shouldn't have and has regret over that, and now wants to, you know, kind of get to the bottom of, you know, why that happened. The candy necklace is sort of this allure of candy, obviously, but it's temporary because the candy necklace, it's like around this person's neck, so you would gravitate towards a person because it's a person wearing it. You eat the candy, and then the candy's gone, and then what's left, right? Just this string. So they kind of fooled you a little bit in this situation, because after that, there's nothing left but the person, and you kind of just like have no candy left. Restless, I feel like could be from the sugar rush of the candy. The young part of it is, you know, that's something you would have worn when you were younger, is the candy necklace. This is such an interesting composition, man, and it's not just this song.
Candy necklaces.
Yeah, I'm enough tracks in where I can say confidently, I think this album is going to be stunning on a record, on a vinyl. Getting to listen to that, I feel like it's just going to be a treat, an absolute treat. The composition, the instruments, man, all over the place, all over the entire album. I'm not even picking out one, just everywhere. And this off-putting feeling too that's effectively done, that feels intentional. Could have like labeled this as like horror as like the subgenre, and you know, the fourth genre. I'll just start with like alternative and work your way to singer-songwriter and slight pop, but definitely get to horror at some point. Because I'm feeling like this off-putting feeling that I feel like I'm embracing as well. I'm here for it. All right, Jon Batiste is doing his own interlude, it sounds like, so let's listen to that. Sounds like the same piano from the last track. I'm guessing that's John. It sounds like a movie, like the muffled dialogue that you would hear going on in this movie. And if it's muffled, like a memory oftentimes. This is such an interesting interlude. Is it too on the nose to bring up the amount of times he talks about how he feels it, and every time Lana comes in, it's just nothing but bliss and happiness? And I think it's as simple as that. I think we're maybe potentially just meant to see into how much Lana feels what's happening in this moment. Lana's super in the moment, and everything happening is very much felt. She's not letting anything go to waste or anything fly by her feeler. It's all depth, all of it, and I appreciate that. Like the track existing helps me understand more that Lana's really put so much of herself into this project. It is as Lana as it can possibly be. I mean, when you're saying you feel in your soul, you feel in your body, you feel it, and then nothing but pure happiness on her end, right? It's just all of Lana in this project, and we're not getting anything less than her and who she is and who she's been across a certain timeline and presently. So I actually appreciate that interlude is there for that reason, because it gives me that reminder. It serves as that reminder of Lana is so present in this album, and I really do feel that. Like, I don't feel any bit of disconnect from anything, and I feel like that is because I feel Lana so presently. Next track is called Kintsugi. I of course had to look that up. It means joining with gold. This centuries-old art is more than an aesthetic. For the Japanese, it's part of a broader philosophy of embracing the beauty of human flaws. I like that. Joining with gold. And more than the aesthetic, you embrace your own flaws and they become gold in that way. And you become gold in that way. That's really that's cool. It's really deep. I appreciate that. And I like the word itself, Kintsugi. So let's see the song after we now understand the meaning.
There's a certain point the body can't come back from. In 1 year we've learned the turn of the mouth, the depth that the chest cavity takes. Chucky was there for 3 out of 3. I was there for the 3rd, 'cause I couldn't be there for the one who was closest to me. But I can't say I run when things get hard. It's just that I don't trust myself with my heart. But I've had to let it break a little more, 'cause they say that's what it's for. That's how the light shines in. That's how the light shines in. That's how the light gets in. So everyone was there, they were standing laughing, and I'm on the side with my tears streaming down. Something about the clutch of the wrist. He thought mine was his to cough into his mouth.
Okay.
Got powers. And I just can't stop crying, 'cause all of the ways
Wow.
when you see someone dying, you
Wow.
see your gaze
Oh,
right
man.
in front of you. And you think about who will be with you.
Oh, what a beautiful song.
And then there's Donahue.
Okay. This is beautiful. This is this, the way she story tells, the way she writes and slowly builds into, you can have a couple ideas about what she's talking about, and I did, but then she finally sort of gets it to it, and the way she builds it up to that point is perfect, because you're already slowly feeling what she's talking about. And she also talks about it from her, so much from her perspective too, that you appreciate that, because you certainly have, most of us have lost people ourselves, so it's easy to put ourselves in the situation and how we would feel. Would we be accepting of the fact that the end has come, and we're sitting by the side of the bed with this person we're about to lose that we love so much, but we've accepted this, and we're able to have some levity in the moment and get some laughs off, just some warmth, but all she can do is just cry. And this line is devastating but beautiful. There's so much to say about I'm on the side with my tears streaming down, which is what I'm talking about. There's something about the clutch of the wrist. He thought mine was his to carve into his mouth. What? That is just a gorgeous visual, but also devastating again because of the situation Lana's in. And you go back to she's talking about family here, right? Because there's a certain point the body can't come back from, right? And then that's what happens when we age, and we can't reverse that. At a certain point we cannot come back from it. The depth the chest cavity takes, right? Eventually that your heart will stop, and that is the end of days for you. And Chucky was there for 3 out of 3. So could mean grandparents is what I'm guessing. And this Chucky that she's referencing in her life, family member, was there for all of them. She was only there for the third one, not the first 2, just because of just how heavy it was. She could only handle that much. There for the one who was closest to me. The one that she showed up to was the one that she was closest to. Not that she runs away when things get hard. She just doesn't trust herself with the heart that she has. But I've had to let it break a little more. Over time, she's grown and she's realized she has to let her own heart break a little more. She can actually manage to show up to these. The third one she can show up to because she's realized, I've got to let this heart of mine break a little bit more. That's how the light shines in. That's how it shines in. When you get that crack in your heart, that's where the light comes in. Man, this is just top 2. This is this songwriting is as good as it gets. All of this, every single part of it, line by line by line by line by line, is utter perfection. I can't believe how perfect it is. And then you talk about the title of the song, embracing flaws and that becoming gold. And it could be the double meaning. It could be it's aging, embracing the flaws that come with aging. Like this person who's passed and I'm sure was quite aged, but it's also internally embracing flaws that she might have or not embracing, but like seeing her own flaws, and that one of those was the fact that she didn't show up to the first two, and now she's able to show up and let her heart break some more, and allowing your heart to break some more forms some of that gold that we're talking about. The name of the song here. This is unbelievable. This is my favorite song on the album. I mean, just the songwriting alone. Wow.
Daddy, I miss them. I'm in the mountains.
She stays in the mountains.
Probably running away from the feelings I get.
Yeah.
When I think all the things about them.
Absolutely.
Daddy, I miss them. I'm at the Roadrunner Cafe.
That's a reference to a prior album, is it not? I feel like that's the second one that I can remember anyway, and I haven't heard every Lana album.
I'm probably running away from the thoughts in the day that have things to do with them, but they say.
Hey, so she's literally like she's made references of other songs that she's written in the past, and it makes so much sense to make those references because not only has she been in those places that she can obviously reference now, we know she exists in those places in the past. It speaks on the past specifically, which speaks on the past her. It's not who she is anymore because she's grown. Now she lets her heart break some more. But before, she would have been at the Roadrunner Cafe in the mountains.
That's how the light gets in.
Unbelievable.
That's how the light gets in. Think by the 3rd of March I was cracked open.
Oh man.
Finally the ground was cold, they wouldn't know.
That light just fully made its way into her.
Light of the spirit to pour into me. There's a name
Oh my
for it in
gosh.
Japanese, it's Kintsugi.
Brought by the sunlight of the spirit to pour into me because she was fully cracked open. There's a name for it in Japanese. It's Kintsugi. Incredible.
Pen.
Pen.
From the 40s, even the 14-year-old new froggy came a-courting.
Incredible.
How do my blood relatives know all of these songs? I don't know anyone left who knows songs that I sing. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. But Daddy, I miss them. I'm at the Roadrunner Cafe.
Yeah.
Probably running away from
The feelings.
today.
Isn't that where she was drinking, the Roadrunner Cafe?
Mountains of the desert. Daddy, I miss them. I'm in the mountains, probably running away on a meeting to say that there's nothing to do except know that this is how the light gets in. By cracking the light gets in. It's how the light gets in.
Wow.
That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in.
Pen.
When you fall.
Pen. Pen.
Just another folk song that I just hope that goes away till the light gets in.
It's a gorgeous, light, fluttery vocal.
Light gets in.
Amazing.
It's how the light gets in.
Amazing. I I mean, you can't write a song better than that. I fully believe that. That's it. You know, we're gonna hit the end of the year, and I'm not gonna have heard a better written song than that. I'm just not. You just hear it the one time, and you just feel that confident because that's how effective it was. Wow. Okay. I would move on somehow, I guess, to track 9, Fingertips.
Tracing fingertips over plastic bags, thinking I wish I could extrapolate some small intention, or maybe just get your attention for a minute or two. Will I die, or will I get to that 10-year mark where I beat the extinction of telomeres?
I don't know what a telomere is. So hold on. Not Telemundo. Telomeres. I think other people have been looking this up because it came right up. A compound structure at the end of a chromosome, which will I die, extinction of, so your chromosomes expire, essentially you would die. Beat the extinction of chromosomes. Will I die? Will I get to that 10-year mark? The 10-year mark. Lana was, and I remember because I commented on this in the last album, I got quite a few comments about Lana's sobriety. Lana's been sober for a while now. I didn't know the amount of time, or maybe I did see a comment about it and forgot. But she is clearly has, like, you know, the 10-year mark is somewhat close, or she can see it at least. So she's not quite at 10 years, but 10 years is in the horizon for her. That makes me think more about the previous line, like, maybe I can get your attention for a minute or two. Maybe she's thinking back to when she was using, and, you know, part of not using, I'm sorry, it was alcohol, so drinking, and some of that was as a result of just, you know, wanting attention for at least a minute or two. And not saying that she was, you know, just seeking attention, desperate for attention, but desperate for attention in a way where she felt like she wasn't getting any. She just felt like she wasn't understood or seen. And maybe that's, you know, why some of the drinking was happening. And you get to the point now where she's saying, I really just hope I can get to that 10-year mark. Where I beat the extinction of chromosomes, essentially. So we are starting out. Point is, we're starting out. You know, it might be drugs too. Fingertips over plastic bags. I was literally picturing her tracing a plastic bag, like from a supermarket, but that could be a bag of drugs. And maybe it is. Maybe so. She's sober from everything. I thought it was just alcohol. But yeah, starting off the song with those lines after, and I can see the next line saying, if I do, will you be there with me, father, sister, brother, which feeds more into, like, you know, and when I get that far, it's an accomplishment. Will my family be there to support me? Also, will they be alive? Okay, hold up. We're about to get real deep here, and we've already gotten deep, but the fact that this follows the last song already feels a little unfair. Feels like she's coming at us real hard here.
If I do, will you be there with me?
I think it's just alive.
Sister, brother.
I don't even think, initially, yeah, it's like, will you be there with me to celebrate the accomplishment of being sober that long? I think it might just be as simple as, will you also be alive? Because think about the previous song where we lost somebody, I'm guessing a grandparent again.
Charlie, stop smoking.
Oh my God.
Caroline, will you be with me?
Stop smoking, stay alive.
Will the baby be alright? Will I have one of mine?
Yeah, well, in the next few years, will I have one?
Even if I do, you said that my mind.
What, Dr. Seuss Del Rey? Can I handle it even if I do? Like, if I have a baby in the next few years, can I even handle it? You said that, my mind. My mind. She's speaking to her mind. Right? That's such a Dr. Seuss thing to do.
Handle it, even if I do.
There's only been a minute, and she's writing her ass off on this song.
I'll be fine.
Is that real for her? They said that to her? The doctors?
Wasn't my idea the cocktail of things that twist neurons inside.
I didn't choose to be alive.
Without them I'd die.
I didn't choose to be alive.
They say there's irony in the music. It's a tragedy.
Kind of like life. Music is life. There's irony in life because life is a tragedy, because you're gonna die. I didn't ask for it, but you're gonna die. This cocktail, this whole mess of things inside me, these neurons, they keep me alive, but without them I die. But I also didn't ask for that. But it sucks that I do have to face that one day.
See nothing Greek in it.
Music also, there's irony in it, but it's also tragic.
In Rhode Island with Dad.
Give me a mausoleum. Okay.
Who hung himself real high.
Give me a mausoleum in Rhode Island with Dad, Grandpa, Grandma. So the people she's lost in her life. Did someone named Dave actually hang themselves? And that's how, and their past. She just named a bunch of people. I'm guessing they have past. Is Dave one of those? And did Dave hang themselves? Is my question here. Actually, let me just look that up. I can't not look that up. I'm scared to look it up. It doesn't really. Dave. Oh, wow. Del Rey has spoken about her uncle Dave Grant's death by suicide. So that confirms two things for me. Her family name is Grant, which is the first track. And her uncle hung himself in 2016. Wow, hung himself real high. Are you... What? How did she word that? Like, hung himself real... Give me a mausoleum in Rhode Island with Dad, Grandpa, and Dave, who hung himself real high. Goodness, man.
In the national park sky, it's a shame and crying rain. I get to you, save you. If I take my lamp, find your astral body, put it into my eyes.
Astral body.
Give you 2 seconds to cry.
Oh my gosh.
Take you home, I'll give you a blanket. Your spirit can sit and watch TV by my side.
How did she write that? Seriously, how did she write those lines? She's talking about Dave, I think, right? Still? To get to you, save you. If I take my life, find your astral body, put it into my eyes, give you 2 seconds to cry, take you home, I'll give you a blanket, your spirit can sit and watch TV by my side. I put all those pens away, but I want to fucking throw pens at the wall as hard as I can, because how do you write that? Her pen is magic. She was not kidding. That's crazy songwriting. Find your astral body, put it into my eyes, give you 2 seconds to cry, take you home, I'll give you a blanket, your spirit can sit and watch TV by my side. How does she write that? And then she sings it lovely as well, of course, but how does she write that? That part, beautiful dedication to Dave there.
Yes, baby, I ran through a time when I felt you were doing it. I couldn't handle it. I was in Monaco. I couldn't hear what they said on the telephone. I had to sing for the prince in 2 hours. Sat in the shower. Gave myself 2 seconds to cry. It's a shame that we died.
So did she find out? I couldn't handle it. I was in Monaco. I couldn't hear what they said on the telephone. She was supposed to sing for the prince, and she was 2 hours away from singing for the prince in Monaco, and she got the call about losing a family member. She gave herself 2 seconds to cry. And then It's a Shame That We Die. Why is this song called Fingertips?
When I was 15, naked next door neighbors did a drive-by, pulled me up by my waist, long hair to the beachside. I wanted to go out like you.
Someone drowned themselves?
The fishes that he caught on Rhode Island beaches. But sometimes it's just not your time.
Wow, she tried to drown herself when she was 15. Next door neighbors did a drive-by, pulled me up by my waist, long hair to the beachside. I wanted to go out like you, swim with the fishes. Go out like, who was it that drowned themselves? I don't know, she's somebody else. She's naming, the thing is, she's going over several people she's lost. It's not just Dave, it's not just dad, grandpa, grandma. Like, she's going through a whole series of loss here. And to follow up Kintsugi with this song is just unfair to the general population. Like, why do we have to go through this for 2 straight songs?
Caroline, what kind of was she to say I'd end up in institutions? All I wanted to do was kiss Aaron Green and sit by the lake, twisting lime into the drinks that they made.
I love Caroline. What kind of mother was she to say I'd end up in institutions? Because I'm guessing that's the neighbor, Caroline, and I'm guessing that's because of the suicide attempt. And to this person said that, and she won't even allow it to be a word we can hear. She puts production and sounds over it to completely drown that word out, because you're not even a mother to say something like that to me at the age of 15. Wow, all I wanted to do was kiss her. She's just a kid. She's just a fucking kid.
The babe at 16, the town I was born in and died.
This is unbelievable. 2 straight songs of this.
And ended up dead, not me.
He died.
With the fox rung in your head to send me away,
man.
never to come back. Exotic places and people to take the place of being a child.
Wow.
I give myself 2 seconds to cry.
Give yourself more than that.
Let it crash over me like the waves in the sea.
Ooh. Oh,
On
man.
the Aphrodite.
Goddess of
As
beauty.
they bow down to me. Sunbather, moon chaser, queen of empathy. I give myself 2 seconds to breathe. Go back to being the serene queen. I just needed
This is crazy.
2 seconds to be me.
This is... You're not going to find 2 songs back to back written at this level. You're just not, man. Like, this is the best 2-song run I've ever heard from her. That's for sure. I mean, and I've heard a lot of incredible songwriting from Lana. It's been my favorite thing from her. I never leave a Lana album thinking I got cheated on the songwriting. And to go back to back like that, back to back championships right there, man, is what she did. Kintsugi and Fingertips. Those aren't even, I have this, you guys can see it on the screen right here. Those aren't even like, they're singles, not singles, and that makes sense. They don't have a single sound to them. You know, they wouldn't be appreciated in the way, like, by general, you know, by mainstream media, radio, whatever the fuck, because people aren't listening to lyrics like that, unfortunately. Those are the best songs on the album to me, just because of the songwriting. You just can't get better than that. Okay, I gotta move on. I have to. We have a lot more tracks to go, but it's so hard to mentally take myself away from what we just got these last 2 tracks. It's just not gonna get better. There's no way it gets better than that. And if it does, I will go down to the, I don't even know, the ocean myself and pray to the Aphrodite that is Lana Del Rey that you forgive me for saying that I won't get better than those two. I don't know. Lana and Judah Smith can both just like banish me from this world. I don't know, man. I'm legitimately overwhelmed by those two tracks. All right, we're gonna move on. The next track is Paris, Texas, featuring SYML. Not familiar with that person, but I think it's funny that she's singing about Paris, Texas. I believe that's an actual place in Texas, but you know, Paris, you think of Paris, France. All right, let's go into the song, Paris, Texas. Piano is so nice on this album. Oh, that's really nice. It's so soft and gentle. Wow. This is a great project. This is a great record. Yeah, I'll never have been in more of a rush to get a Lana vinyl than this. I don't have a Lana vinyl, but this is a must.
I went to Paris, Texas, with a suitcase in my hand. I had to leave. Knew they wouldn't understand. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It's time to go. When you know, then the more you know, it's time to go.
I'm hearing some of her best vocals I've ever heard on this album too.
Took a drink to space.
This song is a perfect example. It's one of her better vocals I've ever heard.
Book in my hand, and I went to see some friends of mine down in Florence, Alabama.
Just a notebook is all she needs.
When you know, you know. When you know, you know.
This is
It's time to go.
some people that are stuck in a rut or in their situation and feel like they're just like literally stuck in place with where they are and their surroundings. This song is going to be so freeing for them and such a boost of, okay, yeah, when you know, you know. I think it's that time that I just know, it's time for me to just fucking go. Just go with it. Just follow the breeze wherever it takes me. If it's Alabama, it's Alabama. If it's whatever it is for you, it is that for you. Paris, Texas, Alabama. I'm sure it's going to have Spain. It'll come up again. All Lana needs is a notebook. Whatever all you need. If you just need your Nintendo Switch, that's what you need. If you just need a toothbrush, that's all you know. It's different for everybody, and I feel like this song is going to be that for people. And I'm saying that because I'm already feeling that. I'm thinking right now, like, all right, where's the breeze going to take me next? Because when I know, I know.
When you know that it's time to leave, like the summer breeze.
That's right, that breeze, man.
When everyone's star is bright, brighter than you are, it's time to.
Wow, when everyone's star is brighter than you are.
Dancing while they're on the floor, time to go.
I love her vocals on this song. It might be my favorite I've heard from her in a while.
Back home.
It almost doesn't even sound like her in some places.
Except that you weren't home. Hello, I called to no one. But when you're home,
You're home, you're home, you're home.
you're home. When you're alone,
That's beautiful, man. That is such a nice switch from the when you know, you know.
you're right. When you're right, you're
So good.
even when
Man. How does she have all these tracks in a row that are this good? I'm pretty sure these are my three favorite songs on the album. These three right here that we just listened to. I feel confident in that. Kintsugi, Fingertips, Paris, Texas. My three favorite songs in the album. And prior to that, everything was incredible too, man. Like I mentioned it previously. All right. Grandfather, please stand. can I see this the whole thing if I hover over it? Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing. Featuring RIOP. Well, I'm not sure who that is. That is a long track name. Let's jump into it. I hope she gets a lot of love for this album because this really is immaculate. I mean, the piano.
They think that it took thousands of people to put me together again, like an experiment. But if you're near me, send me 3 white butterflies, or an owl to know you're listening, sitting while I'm drinking. Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing for sharks and loveless.
Keep him safe. Keep him safe. And send me those butterflies as a signal.
Spirit, one body, infallible deity, wrapped up in love. I'm folk, I'm jazz, I'm blue, I'm green. Regrettably, you're so a white one.
Is Lana woke here in this all of a sudden? Was Lana woke? I'll be honest, I've heard some questionable things. And I don't know if it's true or not. I have no like actual confirmations. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I just don't know for sure, but I've heard some questionable things. So that line might be walking some of those things back that I've heard maybe. Okay. Even if I'm one of the last intentions. I love that, yeah. Oh my gosh, while he's deep sea fishing for all the things he's wishing, that extends beyond fishing. I mean, the writing on this album, again, it's undeniable. She's undeniable. I love that we get this lyric because in this song it's so real, and it's not just this song, it's literally every song on this album. What does she say? If I have good intentions, even if I'm one of the last ones, which I love that line in itself. Even if I'm one of the last intentions, I always have good intentions. I love hearing that. And you know what other line I really liked as well? But if you don't believe me, look at my poetry and my melodies. Feel it in your bones. Yeah, I feel all of this in my bones. This whole album from what track are we on now? 11? 1 through 11, I felt every single one of these in my bones. Not one of them have I felt a sense of I wanted more. Not one time. She could have stopped the album. This could have been the last song. This is a long album. But so far what she's done is kind of full album length. And she could have stopped there and I'd be completely satisfied. Where beyond that, really. But we have more. We're going to listen to them more. And we're going to be really excited about what else is here and see how it compares to what we've gotten so far. Because my goodness, is it perfect so far. Let the Light In featuring Father Jon Misty. I've heard that name before, but I don't know. It's like a country music artist. I feel like they've been around for a while. Let's jump into it. Let the Light In makes me think of the Kintsugi with the letting the light in through those cracks.
You know I got nothing under this overcoat.
All right, sounds like a good time so far.
Let the light in. Let your back door yelling 'cause I wanna come in.
So just leave the door open. This is Lana's Leave the Door Open. Silk Sonic. This is her version of that.
Let your back door yelling 'cause I wanna come in.
Okay, I think I actually like this. I was trying to decide.
Turn your light on.
Oh, this is another vinyl track. Oh, I that's nice. It's like this sound that kind of drops down a little bit in between the words. Nice. Musically, this is wonderful. Yeah, just music for a whole minute? Fuck yeah. On this song? Yeah, because this song has got really great music. That's so pretty. I'm buying the vinyl right now. I need this vinyl. I need it. And it's funny because the first 2 minutes of the song hit me right away. It wasn't like an immediate, oh, I really like this song. It was more of like a feeling it out. It was like a, do I like this song? I'm not sure yet. Really, like, I'm not leaning one way or the other yet. But then something happens like about halfway through where the music and the melody completely take you over. And you again can't get the instruments and the melody out of your head, and you can't get picturing it on vinyl out of your head. Picturing it on vinyl completely just took my life over here. Go to the next track. It's track 13. It's Margaret, featuring the Bleachers, of course, because Jack Antonoff is all over this album in the production, if that makes sense. I had 2 albums in my head for best albums of the year so far going into this. This is up there with those.
It's a simple song, gonna write it for a friend. My shirt is inside out, I'm messy with the pen. He met Margaret on a rooftop.
Messy with the pen.
Baby, if your love is in trouble, when you know, you know. When you know, you know.
But the pacing is so consistent.
Running down that path when your good is gold.
That gold is brought back. It's not the same thing though.
Their red flags, their white knives, their black eyes, and their blue eyes.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
asking yourself, how do you know? And that's your answer. The answer is no. Gotta run, your head's on fire.
Yeah. Those words are all you need to know that.
If your love is in trouble.
Uh-huh. This also has the when you know she's going off of feel a lot. She knows what she feels. I mean, Paris, Texas, it was the same thing. When you know, you know. When I feel what I feel and I know it's time to move on from this place, then it's time to fucking move on. Same here. When I know, I know. When my love's in trouble and I hear those words, like, you know, I know what a red flag is, blue lies. Like, I know when I know and I feel it and I see it, I know, and I'm gonna run like my head's on fire.
Baby, if your love is in trouble.
She's so sure in this album. She's just so sure of herself all over the place.
You know. When you know, you know. It kinda makes me laugh. Running down that path when you're good as gold. When you're old, you're old.
When you're old, you're old. Like, it is what it is. When you know, you know.
Let's waltz this out. 'Cause
When you know, you know.
When you're
Old, you're old. Hollywood and me. The diamond on your ring.
When you know.
Another instrumental outro? Give it to me. More piano, yeah. This whole album is so fucking pretty. Let's let it Fishtail, next track. Not one, 13 tracks, not one I'm underwhelmed by. Not one.
You wanna be sadder. Fishtail, what's the matter? Skip a rope in the bayou. Slip softly into rain. Not that smart, but I've got things to say. Palm trees in black and white.
The imagery is unbelievable.
To watch them sway. You're so funny. I wish I could skinny dip inside your mind.
Oh, wish I could skinny dip inside your mind.
I can see you wanna be sadder.
Oh.
You see it. For me, you're the one. If I'm not the one for you, don't just say it.
This is. That's how you use auto-tune. Amazing. Amazing choice.
Don't braid my hair, babe.
Sway.
Don't you
Sway. Sway.
don't braid my hair, babe.
Is a fishtail of like a hairstyle? Because like, did someone say that they would braid her hair and then they let her down and she just is so disappointed? It's a braid. Fishtail braid. So Fishtail was okay. So she wanted to. I'm just guessing she wanted a braid and didn't get it from this person.
Know that we've got problems. I'll plan to address them another day.
Right here, I love this.
Palm
Trees, the black and white.
I see in technicolor. Maybe I'll take my glasses off so I stop painting red flags green. Lately I've been so staring at this jelly.
Baby, if you care.
Baby, don't you dare stay. You'll braid my hair. I'm not that smart, but I've got things to say.
Ain't that the damn truth? I've got things to say part. That's the damn truth. Is that she's got a lot to talk about, and the Fishtail braiding her hair. That's a really intimate thing for her, and if it's like this symbolism of somebody agreeing to, like, it's kind of like a date, like, oh, come over and you'll braid my hair in a fishtail and we'll really bond because it's a really personal thing for me. And all this person did was let her down, and she couldn't even see the red flags. She wanted to put her glasses on or take them off, whichever she had said, because she's painting the red flags green, like green flag go. Just so fucking clever again with the songwriting. I love the use of the auto-tune, a bit more of like the production of the song reminds me of some other Lana stuff I've heard that really throws me for a loop and gets me excited to hear some of the more sort of hip-hop elements that Lana uses in music, and yeah, that track got me excited again, just like the other 13 tracks on the album have. All right, Peppers, Tommy Genesis, Not Familiar, is track 15. Who produced? Jack Antonoff did Fishtail as well.
Hands on your knees, I'm Angelina Jolie. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie. Let me put my hands on your knees. You can braid my hair. Do a fat crisscross in the back somewhere.
Me and my boyfriend
What?
listen to the Chili Peppers. We write hit songs without trying, like all the time, all the time.
This is a fact.
Minute to yourself, skinny dip in my mind.
The second literal time she's used that term, skinny dip in my mind. She wanted to skinny dip in the other person's mind, though. I love that line. She didn't exactly repeat it because it's in her mind this time. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie.
Let me put my hands on your knees. You can braid my hair. Do a fat crisscross
In the back somewhere. That's so fun. Crisscross in the bag somewhere. I'm gonna be honest, this is the first time I'm not even fully understanding what she's talking about on the whole album, and I don't even care because this song goes hard.
My setup's good, I don't have much to lose. I got a dog.
She's just talking her shit. I think she's just talking her shit. Yeah, hands on your knees, I'm Angelina Jolie. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie has the infamous braids in Tomb Raider, right? I assume that's what we're talking about here. The Tomb Raider Angelina, and she's got the crisscross in the back of the braids too. If you're someone that grew up on the video game, you definitely know. And then also, obviously, Angelina played the Tomb Raider in the movie. That song is such a bop. And I don't even fully know what she was talking about. I feel like she's just talking her shit on it. She's feeling free. Again, she's kissing her boyfriend COVID. She don't give a fuck. She's dancing naked. She just doesn't care. Come skinny dip in her mind. It's all good. She's feeling wide open to everybody. And I keep saying this across the album. She feels so sure of herself. And you can feel that in the album. Not a single millisecond of hesitation anywhere on this album do I feel that. I feel like that comes across, and that's part of why it's so great. It's just a part because there's many reasons why. Is this the last track? 16 tracks, and I want more, which is, it's so long already, so I feel like saying that's blasphemous. But let's listen to the last track, guys. This is Taco Truck XV be? Venice Beach? Taco Truck on Venice Beach, maybe? What an album. Target closes for me. I'm trying to think of what Target closes. So I can get this vinyl tonight.
Although it seems I've gotten better, I can be violent too. That's why they call me Lanita.
Lanita. She's trying to play off of Latina. Is she trying to say Latinas are violent? Because she also says bonita. This is a little messy. She does. This is a thing. She's got a bracelet that says Lanita. Lanita is Lana's effective suffix for her stage moniker. Yeah, got it. Which okay. Lana frequently refers to the Hispanic media to which she did on her June 2014 track Black Beauty, where she feels immensely inspired by the culture. I paint my nails black, I dye my hair a darker shade of brown, because you like your woman Spanish, dark, strong, and proud. Since the age of 15, Lana attended a boarding school in Spain, learning Spanish from her peers. Her stage name was a mix of... Okay. I wanted a name I could shape the music towards. I was going to Miami quite a lot at the time, speaking a lot of Spanish with my friends from Cuba. It sounded gorgeous coming off the tip of the tongue. Lanita. I just wonder, because I only know Lana Del Rey as a white woman, which she also referred to herself as. And I don't ever think of anything. All right, because this is a little messy if, like, you know, just calling Spanish woman crazy is what she's doing. But hey, talk your shit. Go ahead.
You should come over. We'll be hanging around now.
Hey, hey, bang, kiss, kiss, hey, okay. I know that reference. Venice Bitch is off of NFR. Yeah. That's so fun. I remember Venice Bitch being one that leapt out at me on NFR. So as soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's one of the fucking songs I was all here for on that album. I like the mix, works really well. And also it's really genius too, because she's made, as far as I've picked up anyway, I'm sure there's more that I missed because I don't know Lana's discography like that, and there's also stuff I've forgotten for sure. But there's things I picked up on that she's referenced from prior albums. So doing this it's not even a cop-out or anything, it's really smart. So smart. What a project. Whew. Okay. I am happy. I am very happy. I am so happy I listened to this. Because I wasn't in a rush to listen to it. I wasn't positive I was going to listen to it. And this worked out a lot. What a project. What a project. And when I say that I wasn't in a rush to listen to it, like I wasn't positive I was even going to listen to it. And if I did, I was even leaning towards doing it on my own time, not on the channel. But I'm really glad that I did. I'm glad I checked it out with you guys. I'm glad I gave it the fair shake. Because I would have been so, like, if I listened to this like a year or two from now, however, I would have been furious at myself for having waited so long. This is... Again, I've got a couple projects in mind already. As of now, there's still so much time in the year left. But as of now, for me, that Boy Genius, the record, and Ray's album, 21st Century Blues, are the two best projects of the year for me personally, so far. Up until I heard this. This might have surpassed both of those, to be honest with you. I've certainly got to live with all those albums, give them some more time as the year goes on. Things will change and all that stuff. This is like as good as a project is going to get. This is... so good. I just don't know how it gets better than this. The songwriting on this album is unbelievable, and she's always unbelievable with her songwriting, but this is a different level. There's so much cohesion. Like, it's just Lana Del Rey. I said this a few times, and it's because I really feel this way, especially at the end of the project. She feels so sure of herself. Some of the really more devastating songs lyrically and devastating messages she sent out in these songs, to just generally talking about her family, to talking about herself, just all over the place. She is so sure of herself. The songwriting is just on par with anything else. And then just musically, again, like I'm looking up vinyl prices of this album in the middle of the fucking reaction, because that's how bad I need this project on a record. And that's what I'm gonna go do right now. As I sit here, I'm antsy because I want to go get that record before the Target closes by me. Because in my head, I'm like, it said 2 left on the site. In my head, I'm like, everyone's after this, because if they hear this, how could they not be? Because that's how fucking great this is. I feel like I said a lot during the songs, and just there's a run in this album. I mean, 1 through 7 is already amazing. Then she hits us with Kintsugi and Fingertips, which are probably the 2 best songs on the album for me, and then Paris, Texas, which is my other 3rd favorite song on the album. And it's just like non-stop, blow after blow of just incredible song, man. Not one, 16 tracks, and truly not one track do I feel like is less than great, and they range from great to immaculate, perfect, perfection, incredible. This is Lana's best project, obviously, for me anyway. From what I've heard, I've listened to I think 4 or 5 projects from Lana now, 4, and this is just far and away her best project. And again, it's probably the best one I've heard this year. It's just unbelievable what she did here. She should be so proud. I am just so glad I got to listen to it. This is unreal record. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I couldn't be happier with how this turned out.